1. All right, everyone, welcome. It's your boy, Big Lloyd Dotson. Everyone calls me
Good evening.
Big. All right. You know, Rich, I was going to introduce you and all. Everyone, this is my man, Rich, the KC Green from across the pond with his American accent that is so thick that you would think he was from UK. Rich, how you doing, my man?
I'm tip-top, buddy. Absolutely tip-top. Yeah, the American Yorkshireman. I think that's what I'm becoming known as, isn't it? Or the Yorkshire American. Oh, who knows? Who knows? It's some sort of myriad, but it's working, and I like it.
It is. It is.
How's your last 7 days been, buddy?
Now, you know, we're on this call with everyone. We have all of our friends here. Oh, I think we have an excess of 50 plus friends and more jumping on at the minute because we are all excited about the pre-launch kickoff that happened the last 7 days of a little company called Small iCoinPro. You were part of that also, right, Rich?
That's right. That's right. And I love the fact that we call it a little company. You know, I know companies of a similar scale that have been around for years. This is going big. Big.
This is.
We've got JRC. Can you just hit mute? You've pulled the screen onto you, my friend. So if you can just hit mute on your phone, so that we can pull.
JRC, you're messing up our swag, man. All right. So it is. You know, in fact, iCoinPro has launched. For those people that are on this call who are already part of iCoinPro and the pre-launch, again, we don't actually officially launch, Rich, until June 21st, 3 weeks away. But in the 7 short days that we are in pre-launch, we have had over 30,000 pre-enrollees and nearing 5,000 paid members in iCoinPro.
That's actually pretty insane, mate, really. Isn't it?
It is. I mean, if you do the math there, but why would people be interested? Because the truth is, what exactly is little iCoinPro, my man?
Well, we're going to show people a lot more about it in a little while, but what I want people to understand from the off is that it is a excuse me, sorry, it's not a cough. It's a product-based business. It is a education platform. That's what's launching on the 21st of June in a bigger way. At the minute, you've got teasers to the education that's inside the platform during pre-launch. But this is an education platform centered around the hottest topic of the century, as I see it, buddy. You know, I read a great article only this morning about this particular topic being the forefront of the 4th commercial revolution. You know, we've had the industrial revolution, we've had the internet revolution, blah blah blah. It's that big a deal. It's possibly one of the most significant times in living history, and some people, 30,000 of them plus, are opting to learn about this, are opting to take advantage of this huge wave that's about to come crashing into mainstream society. And iCoinPro is going to position people very, very well for that. And it's got quite a cool pay plan, which we're going to talk about on this gig also.
We are, Rich. And we're also going to do a lot of screen shares with you so that you can see exactly how to get signed up. The one thing that we want you to remember, if you're watching this live, we want to thank all of you. Let me give you all an idea of all of the people that are with us here today.
Yeah, pull up Brady,
fellow iCoinPro maniacs that are out there who are all wanting to learn more about this fascinating world of cryptocurrency. And what the CEO, Paul DeSousa, has done with iCoinPro is put together a one-stop shop, if you will, where you can go and do that. And you're going to be able to do that on a monthly basis, as the content will constantly be changing, because the one thing about cryptocurrency that we know about is it's constantly changing. Correct, Rich?
Absolutely. It's an evolving landscape permanently. That's not likely to change anytime soon at all. This whole cryptocurrency world has been around, strictly speaking, for around 8, 9, almost 10 years. And even at that, it's still evolving massively on a daily basis.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly share my screen, Rich, and go to, and I'm going to show them a screen within a screen, which is your lovely face. And so at this point, you should all see the easiest thing to do is if you are not connected with someone already, okay, and they're sharing this recording with you, make sure you get back with that person so that they can share your iCoinPro link with you to get you on their team. We are all part of a big community, but you want to make sure that you get back to the person that shared this information with you. If you're watching this on replay, same thing. Make sure you get back to that person so that you can sign up with them and get started. They can walk you along that. But essentially, iCoinPro is giving everyone the knowledge to essentially know everything and anything about cryptocurrency, because the tagline for iCoinPro is that it is the definitive resource for everything Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And we all know that knowledge is power. So this is what the site looks like when you first go to it. As I said, make sure you grab someone's link so that you can take a look at it. They'll give you their login link. They're essentially where you can pre-enroll, and you can learn all about the company, learn about the process, the program itself, and also how you can become a distributor. It's so easy to get started. Make sure you get the link of that person that's sharing this actual call with you so that you can get started. So let me go back to Rich's beautiful little cherub face with the facial hair there and the dimples and the crinkly eyes that only a mom could love, Rich. And let's kind of really get into the meat and potatoes, if we will. And maybe we want to do one other thing. Would it make sense for us to also share the Facebook group, the corporate Facebook group for people as well, Rich? I think it would. Rich disappears when I do a screen share, though, so let me go to the official Facebook group, all right?
And Rich is back. Sorry, boys and girls. Sorry, boys and girls.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen once again. All right. And this is, let me get out of all these here, 9 million people wanting to know. This is the Facebook group, the official Facebook group, where you want to go. And basically it's facebook.com/groups/iCoinPro. There is our CEO and founder, Paul DeSousa. And this group is growing by the minute. Simply go in there, you can join, and it's a safe zone where you can go in, find all about iCoinPro, join the person who got you into iCoinPro, and really start to leverage and maximize the amazing thing that iCoinPro is. So I'm going to stop sharing once again. We'll go back to that. So as we said, it's very simple. Make sure you get back to the person that shared this link with you, that shared this video training with you. And why don't we do this, Rich? Why don't we start to really kind of peel back the layers a little bit for a few minutes, or maybe we bring out our special mystery guest.
I think we do that. Let's bring out the mystery guest. Let's have a bit of a chat and see if there's any secret little messages that they want to share.
Why don't we do this? All right, we have a huge audience here on with us who are watching this live. If you guys would like the mystery guest to come out, we taught you a little thing.
A bit of interaction.
Yeah,
I love a bit of interaction.
We taught you a little thing about raising your hand. So go ahead and raise your little blue hand to let us know that you guys would like the mystery guest to come out.
Steve Morgan says yes. Stephanie says yes. Sean
Hit us up in the chat.
Clark says yes. Sandra says yes. Michael Williams says yes.
There we go.
Barney, yes. Kim, yes. Kelvin, yes. Karen, yes. JPL, yes. Jennifer, yes. I think it's a yes.
I think that's a yes.
Gail Potkin, Ernest Chan, Eric Wright,
Denny. Or that's a lot of virtual high fives, Rich.
Yeah. I wanted to give everybody a shout out live on air, but we're not going to get through you all. So awesome. Let's bring them out.
Les, absolutely. So if we could have a drum roll, please. I will go to speaker.
I'm here.
Our special guest is none other than our man, the legend, the mystery guest, is our CEO, Paul DeSousa, who is joining us. And you guys have to realize, all right, this man is dedicated because it is what time there in South Africa, Paul? And you have had no sleep for the last 24 hours. I know, my man. I appreciate you. The reason he has to wear an FBI hat is because everyone is looking for this guy to talk to. Paul, my man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's 10 p.m. here in South Africa. It's not been no sleep for the last 24 hours. It's actually been no sleep for the last probably 2 weeks while gearing up for this. So yeah, I'm right now. I'm actually taking a little bit easy. I'm sitting on my sofa. I've got my Mac on my lap, and I'm just chilling. Right now, I'm just gonna take it easy for the next couple of hours. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit of some of the training that we're gonna be sharing. Because there are certain things that people don't understand about cryptocurrencies, and I just want to enlighten people. And then I'm going to answer a couple of questions. I know, Bigg, I know you've got a couple of questions for me, but you want to know why I think that cryptocurrencies is going to be one of the biggest things to hit our planet. And I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest emerging market, all right, used to be, well, the biggest market for anything used to be the baby boomers. Okay, now the baby boomers had a profound impact on a lot of different industries, right? Now, the baby boomers came about just after the Second World War. Everybody came home from the war. They had a whole bunch of kids, and there was this huge bubble of people that were born. Okay, it was a massive population explosion, and then as those people got older, they had an effect on various industries. Now, for example, in the years following the Second World War, the biggest companies that came out of that explosion were companies that had anything to do with young kids or babies. All right, Fisher Price was one of the companies. Now, that's a toy company, if you don't know. Fisher Price is one of the companies that boomed in that era. Why? Because they were making toys for so many different kids. 10 years later, now these kids were in their teens, all right? And what do teens like? They like fashion, they like music. And what was the 60s about? Fashion and music. Then in the 70s, 10 years later now, those people then went on to go on to tertiary education, and education was the big thing then. Then now they've been working for a few years in the 80s. What happened in the 80s, folks? It was the property boom. Absolutely. Because now all these people now they were now buying property, right? And then in the 90s and the noughties, it was technology. But after them, the X generation, they didn't really have a major effect other than coming up with new technology. But it is the millennials, folks. It is those people that were born around the turn of the century. Those millennials. They are going to have the biggest impact moving forward. And there are millions of them. Now, in my family, I have my niece, my nephew, I have 2 nephews, and my son, who are, they fit into that category. And just having a conversation with them, they understand cryptocurrencies. When I talk to them about Bitcoin, they get it. Like there's no, it's weird because this is a group of youngsters that they so hip and whatnot with technology. They embrace technology in everything. They kind of shy away a little bit from Facebook, but they're more into the Instagram and the Snapchats and all the rest. And when I spoke to them about this concept of a money system that all they need to do is just swipe their phone against a barcode and be able to pay for something, they're like, yep, you know, it doesn't faze them because that's what they assume is just going to be the next evolution. So now when these people start adopting, and believe you me, they're going to, because to them it's just, you know, another evolution. Like to them, they are absorbing all these new things. Now when these people start implementing and adopting, what do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, that's why I believe that cryptocurrencies are going to become mainstream. It might take 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, but the people that are on this call, that are helping educate people, that you guys are getting the word out there simply by sharing iCoinPro, you are going to be rewarded tenfold. We are in the first week of this launch, and to be really frank, I am completely blown away with the response. Now, when you guys are going to go out there and start sharing, and there are some monster leaders that have come to me to say, you know what, Paul, you onto something really good. Yeah, I'm going to come and promote your product. There is going to be a massive explosion when we go into full launch on the 21st of June. Mm-hmm. And you know where those people are going to be coming in? under all of you. Under all of you, that's where they're going to be going. So the people on this call, not only are you going to be helping to adopt, help people to adopt cryptocurrencies, but you're also going to get rewarded for it highly. And that to me it's humbling, because I know that I'm going to be helping some people. I just want to share the knowledge. That's all I want to do. I want to teach people. Now, on that note, okay, some of the stuff.
Just before you do,
you have to understand. I was going to say, Rich, when Paul gets going, this is what I love about Paul, having known him for a while now. When he gets going, you sit there and you want to soak it all up, but you have to you have to kind of put up a yield sign because to slow him down a little bit. Go ahead, Rich.
I love it. I don't know about anybody else, but it gives me goose pimples listening to this guy. I love it. So if you're appreciating having PDS Paul DeSousa on the call, just put a little bit of love in the comments and let him know that. And we'll just sit back for a few more minutes and you crack on, buddy. Yeah, keep on going.
Absolutely. So, Paul, on that note, talking about that, and we all know this when you have a mass population that meets an emerging market, all right, what you have is a tremendous opportunity if you're in front of or part of that first initial wave. And we like to talk about it. One of the things that we talked some time ago was that you are looking to, like you said, educate people, because people with knowledge is power. Right on the website, you guys say that. But also it's a lot like that last huge, explosion that we had here in the U.S. back in 1849 called the gold rush. And the guys and gals that made the real money and companies and fortunes were made were not the people actually digging the gold, right? They were the people providing the picks and shovels and the knowledge. Talk about that. Because that's what's happening right now. And you're one of those people providing those picks and shovels, Paul.
No. Everybody on this call are going to be the ones that are going to be selling the picks and shovel. That's what it comes down to, is that I've given you guys a tool for you to go and sell, right? And Bigg is 100% correct. The gold rush, the people that made the most money in the gold rush were not the miners. They weren't the miners. It was the guys selling the tools. And that's where iCoinPro is really powerful, because now this gives you guys the ability to sell the tools. Okay. You know what? Forget the damn comp plan. Serious. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know about the money.
We'll talk about that, Paul, when you're off the call here in about 10 minutes.
Honestly, don't worry about the comp plan. Like, people are comp plan. To me, it's the last thing on my mind. What I am all about is the content and the product, because that is where the gold is. All right, that to me is where guys, it is all about the education. And the sooner that people get educated, the sooner that you absorb all of that and educate yourselves, then you know what? Then my job is done.
Absolutely.
Then I'm happy.
Paul, one of the wonderful things that all of you will start to understand is exactly why, I hooked my belt to this guy when he talked to me about this going back, last year, 12 months ago, with this crazy idea of creating this cryptocurrency education / university / all this stuff. And again, there were wild ideas. As you can see, Paul was very passionate. But the one thing this guy also has, is conviction, because he put it together. And as he said, he's giving all of us the tools to be able to, guess what? Empower so many people out there. And it doesn't matter your age. We talk about the millennials. Paul talks about the millennials. But guess what? Education is for everyone. Taking full advantage of this huge emerging market, and the fact that on the other side of it, you've got this huge consumer population. See, that's what Paul was talking about. All of these millennials, are in consumer mode, because they're getting into where, they have paying jobs and things like that. The idea of just swiping and all like that is just one part of it. When cryptocurrency becomes mainstream, to be able to pay for goods and services without blinking an eye, that's why you're here early. That's why you're on the front of this. That's why someone like Paul DeSousa is so passionate about this and says, absolutely. We forget that this launch has been so fantastic, with 30,000 people and all like that. And we have great leaders coming in. And like Paul said, and I'm talking with him to some big names that want to come on board. But let's not forget that when it comes down to it, all right, the value has to be in the education material that happens on a regular basis. And I can tell you right now, that man right there talking to you with his passion, all right, at 10:30 at night, where he is after having no sleep for the last couple of weeks, is going to be able to deliver it. But it's not only going to be you, Paul. Why don't you share with people a little bit? You said you're going to share training, and I wanted to do that. And here's the beauty of all of you taking action and being on this call live. You get to see something before thousands of other people do. That's a beautiful thing.
I love that. I love the first mover advantage. It's fabulous, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, listen. Before I say another word, okay, what I am going to tell you guys, all right, what I'm going to say is, right, let's actually talk about the money, okay, because I'm sure every single person on this call, they want to make a lot of money from iCoinPro, and that's my dream, that every single person on this call becomes a millionaire. Who knows? Before anything else, okay, let's get a couple of things really clear. Your upline is not going to build your business. And I'll say that because people keep asking about spillover and spillover and spillover. Guys, if you want $1 million, you build your business, please. And I say that because this is your business. This is now your business. I've put something together that people can take and go and resell and go crazy with. But what is happening is I see so many complaints. Oh, I was promised spillover from my upline. You know what? You are not going to make money if that is your attitude. Right. Now that I got that out of my system.
Love it. Tell them, Paul, they're not entitled to anything other than the information they paid for, and they can use that to make a whole lot of money.
The reality, okay, is that it is your business. It is your business. It is no one else's. All right. And if you sit around waiting for your upline to build your downline for you, it ain't going to happen. And you're going to be bitterly disappointed. Now, Bigg is a tremendous trainer. And he's one of the reasons why I love working with Bigg is because he's got passion, he's got knowledge, and he can show you how to market. He will be able to tell you about things like increasing your edge rank so that you can get a huge interaction on your Facebook posts. He can tell you about email marketing. There's so many different things that you guys can learn from him and Rich. Right? Rich is another one. Fantastic knowledge. Okay, there's a couple of other people on this call that I can see that I know that they are marketers.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, Paul.
Learn
Absolutely.
how to market. Please learn how, because once you understand, you know what? It's just a case of, just follow it. It's a system. If you do this, and if you do something like if you follow a certain pattern on your Facebook, you start getting more interaction, and then you mix that with email marketing. Okay, so then you can email your followers and you drop them little nuggets, and then you know what? Then people start to like and trust you, and when you tell them to join iCoinPro, they throw money at you.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, okay, guys, build your business. But right, hang on. That aside, I want to ask a question. Okay, and you guys can unmute and tell me the answer. What is stored on a Bitcoin wallet?
Uh-oh. Everyone unmute if you have the answer. Let's hear it. Come on. Let the people watching this on replay know that they should have been here live, because Paul's going to hit you
Bitcoin.
with
Put it on Brady Bunch for you, dude.
Go ahead.
Bitcoin.
Everyone unmute. Go ahead.
Public keys.
Bitcoin.
Ask the question again, Paul.
What is stored on a Bitcoin wallet?
Bitcoin.
Your Bitcoin address, your private keys, and your public keys.
Now, someone just gave the right answer there. The answer is not Bitcoins. Your Bitcoins are not stored on a wallet. Your Bitcoins are not stored on a wallet at all. What is stored on the wallet is your keys. Right. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Okay, hold on. Now, I'm going to take this book and I'm going to go through the process of cryptography. Now, years and years ago, okay, the very basic cryptography was, using a key, right? So now let's just say, for example, I turn to page 49 of this book. Okay, now we're going to pretend that page 49 contains a key. Now, if we're a bunch of spies, all of us in this group, okay, now we're a bunch of spies and we transferring messages to each other. We've all got a copy of this book, okay? And I tell you, right, on page 49, there is certain words, word number 300, word number 25, word number 6, whatever the case is, all right? And when you put those into a sentence, there's a message, and that message might be, the gold is hidden under the porch alongside the bodies. Something like that, all right? Now that we have a key, we can decipher what the message is. Because otherwise, the message is just this garbled bunch of numbers, and we don't understand it. Right. Now, that is how cryptography works. And cryptocurrencies use very advanced cryptography. Okay? Let us imagine that the page 49, is the key. But the book, let's just call it the key keeper. Now, your Bitcoin wallet, all right, let's just say it's on your phone. Your Bitcoin wallet contains the keys, the secret keys, because your Bitcoins are not stored on your wallet. Your Bitcoins are actually stored everywhere. Your Bitcoins are stored on the Bitcoin network. And when you send Bitcoin to somebody else, you are not sending them a Bitcoin. What you actually are doing is you're sending them the keys so that they can control the Bitcoins. And that's all that there is to it. Because a lot of people go, you know what? You can lose your Bitcoins. If you lose your phone, you lose your Bitcoins. Folks, no, that is not the case. If you lose your phone or whatever the case is, you lose the keys. And yes, if you don't have control of those keys, you don't have the Bitcoins. But now you can actually install certain wallets on your phone that provide you with a 12 word little puzzle. Okay, 12 little words. And as long as you know what those 12 words are, so you write them down on a piece of paper and you put them in your fireproof safe or something like that, you can restore your Bitcoin wallet with all the original addresses and your private keys and all the rest, all right, just from those 12 words. And voila, your coins are back. So that is just really some of the introduction, some of the things that we're going to be going through to try and help people understand the real ins and outs of Bitcoin. I hope you guys found that useful, because
I know there's some guy, nobody has actually written wow in the chat, but I know there's probably 30, 40 of the guys on this that have pretty much, yeah, now the people are putting wow in the chat. So yeah, more wows.
One of the things that all of you will learn about Paul DeSousa is that, again, the man is passionate, but also he is all in when it comes to cryptocurrency, and we're all going to benefit from that knowledge, but also not only his knowledge, but his connections in the cryptocurrency world. You all have no idea what's coming. All right, we are only in pre-launch, right? You have no idea what's coming on the live weekly trainings, all of that stuff that's included. So if you're watching this on live, we appreciate you joining us. If you're watching it on replay, make sure you get back to the person that shared the link with you. And the truth is, iCoinPro, for all this knowledge, for all this education, for all this ability to position you, okay, to start to go down that path of also being an expert in cryptocurrency, because once you have knowledge, you have power. And once you have knowledge, you have the ability to make money from it. And we'll talk about the comp plan all later, okay? But what I want to show you by having Paul DeSousa on is that here's someone, all right, that is going to continue to make this product, this program, this company even better. Why? Because it's all based on one thing that you know, all right, is not fake. You see it in the man's eyes, the way he speaks about it, and that's passion. And if you have passion and you have conviction, then boom, you have the recipe for success. And you are all on this same train that is leaving the station, all right, and it hasn't even picked up speed yet. And that's the exciting part. So, Paul, let me do this for all of the people on here. Let me ask you a question when it comes down to the training that's inside. All right. And again, it's only $40 per month to get started with iCoinPro. It is an absolute friggin' steal. Let me ask you a question, Paul. Are you crazy?
When you ask me like,
I was gonna say it's a setup. It's a setup.
Yeah,
you know it's coming.
I'm like, no, man.
You know it's coming.
Okay.
Paul,
Hit me.
Paul, I know there are other people out there teaching cryptocurrency, and they are charging substantially more. Are you stupid for only charging $40 a month, my man? And I say that out of all due respect, because you and I are very tight, but seriously, my man, $40 a month for everything that's coming.
Our category now, giving stuff away.
you know what? When I originally came up with this idea, it wasn't sure. I would have liked to have made a little bit of money, okay, but it was kind of funny because I had this really long conversation with this friend of mine, Daryl. Now, he's just this very, very quiet guy, but he's a propeller head of note. He's written software for NASA, and he is the one that actually got me into Bitcoin. And him and I, we chat like often. And what he told me was that when adoption becomes mainstream, the price is going to rise. The price of Bitcoin is going to shoot through the roof. And I thought, okay, so we started speaking like, well, then how do we get people to adopt? Like, how do we spread the word? And he was like, well, sooner or later, people are going to cotton on and all the rest of it. And I thought to myself, you know what? I know how to get rich. I know how to get rich. All I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 10 or 15 or 20 Bitcoins, and I'm going to hold on to them, and I'm going to tell everybody I know. And when the price goes up, I sell and I'm rich. Right. Now, simple. Okay. And then I thought to myself, well, how am I going to actually teach everybody? And the idea of an educational and training platform, that's where it kind of started, was just let me get as many people as possible to start buying Bitcoins and actually invest and know about cryptocurrency and all the rest of it, because I'm going to score in 5 or 10 years time, right? So
it is still a business, Paul. So
it is still a business.
Yeah.
So for me, okay, what is the best way for me to get the word out? Because I said that I want, and I'll say it again, I want to touch 1 million people's lives. I want 1 million people to join iCoinPro. Now, how do I do that? By charging $5,000? How many people are going to join at $5,000? 2, 3? How many people are going to join for $40? 1 million.
30,000 in a week.
Yeah, Paul, but you also went one step further. And again, I know how passionate you are when we talked about this and all. You went one step further, which even surprised and shocked me. Not only did you offer all of this training, okay, and there are no upsells, meaning that you have to pay more for the advanced training, all of that. Anytime the training changes, all the live weekly trainings are going to be happening once we're in launch, okay? Again, understand we're in pre-launch here, but there is way more coming. You all have no idea. But Paul went one step further, and this was a big argument that he had with his business advisors. I remember this distinctly. He went one step further and actually said, I also want to allow people to have discounts if they go all in at 6 months and 12 months. And not only do they get discounts off the $40 a month, but we're going to actually add rank advance automatic if they do that.
Right. Right. You know what? 100%. 100%. What actually happened was I turned to some people, business advisors, that I go to when I need some really top level advice, and they said to me, you know what? Offering a discount is stupid.
Yeah.
Because people are still going to be prepared to pay the full price for for the month or whatever the case. And I thought, no. Like, you know what? I want people to be able to absorb the most out of it as possible. So yes, the 6 month and the 12-month discount with the rank advancement was probably the best way that I could actually get people to go, you know what, this is like value for the year. So for the next year, people are guaranteed, you know what, even if they don't enroll a single person into iCoinPro, they're guaranteed to get that power line bonus every single month. All right, it's a few bucks, but so what? Okay. And they're going to get updated information what our plan is every single week. We're going to be doing something new videos, a little bit of new content, etc. So every single week for the next 52, people are going to be getting new information coming out all the time. So there's it. Those people who have gone in at the 12-month level, you guys are guaranteed to get really top class information. Now, I don't want to say top class from me, okay?
Right.
Right. Now, here's the thing, okay? What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing on some really top guys in the cryptocurrency currency industry.
And gals.
And gals.
Yes.
So yes, I've started reaching out. I've started speaking to people, and some of them have said, yeah, no problem. They will come on and talk. So everybody will be able to get to hear from people that are really big names in the cryptocurrency industry. And yeah, what do you get that for? You get that for $440 a year.
Yeah. So, Paul, let me ask this question. I already had it set up, and someone's already jumped on it. The same thing. When you have a monthly subscription service like this, the retention rate tends to be where people drop out on a monthly basis. So, for those that don't go in for the full year, again, I personally want to thank you. All right. I get no special treatment. I paid for a year right away. My wife paid for a year right away. It was a no-brainer to me. For a little bit over $400 to be educated about this huge coming wave, all right? But what is the company's retention strategy to keep those month-to-month people in the game, if we will, Paul?
We're going to be trying to, just before the end of the month, in order to keep those people in and keep them paying their $40, is to give them like a little sneak peek of what's going to be happening in the next month, of what we're going to be bringing in, and that should excite people enough to say, you know what, I'm going to pay my extra $40 and keep people, I want that information for next month. So just before the end of the month, we're going to drop those bombs and let people know, hey, listen, this is what we got planned for next month. And there's going to be
sneaky, Paul, sneaky.
Oh yeah, that's a really good strategy. I mean, I've seen a lot of other businesses use it to their advantage, and they're killing it. So yeah, I like that idea. I've got some ideas on how to keep people excited that last week of the month. The last call of the month, everything is just going to be a lot of
awesome.
A lot of value. So people go, you know what, like I really enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up next month.
Awesome. Now, Rich and I are going to cover. We know you're busy, my man. I can see your phone.
You know what? I'm going to let you just carry on with this call. I'm going to be back in like 5-10.
That's exactly. I was hoping. But if you're going to come back and join us, Rich and I will start to get into the power line, a little bit of the comp plan, and all like that. And I do have a bunch of other questions for you. But I have to kill this person here. Go ahead, Paul. Do your thing.
All right. Yeah. Okay. But before I go, I saw someone ask a question. I think it was Calvin asking about a Trezor. I'll come back and I'll answer some of those questions. If you guys have got questions that you want to ask me, just prepare them. I'm not saying drop them in the chat just yet, but just keep these questions handy, and then when I come back, I'll try and answer them. Cool.
Rich, if you grab that person and mute them, that'd be fantastic.
You've got the
see you guys in a bit.
Tonight.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Paul.
Cheers, buddy. Appreciate it. You're a good man.
All right. I'm going to call you out. Amanda Williams.
You mute. Just hit mute. Cheers.
This is being recorded.
You're actually living in a fast lane.
Right, you're going to have to, unless I grab the host off you, dude.
Yeah, let's do that because you're going to do a screen share anyway. So let's change it up here.
It's just fell off.
Right,
Amanda Williams, if you could please mute. Oh, okay. Let's.
Beautiful.
Nope. All right.
Definitely.
Hang on. Thank you, Amanda. Everyone's learning your business.
With tummy bugs and what have you. It's not nice, is it?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Hang on, I'm trying to find you, buddy. Trying to find you. You were at the top, and all of a sudden you disappeared.
Say that again.
Amanda Williams, please mute.
We're engaged. Bethany, we found you in a bedroom with 3 men. You don't even know talking.
I'm hoping that's a TV.
I'm hoping.
Right, beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
You know,
beautiful.
The wonderful thing about this is it shows it's real. It's real. All right.
Oh, dear.
So let's do this. While Paul is running off, Rich, let's get into the comp plan a little bit here so that people can understand. Not only is this going to be great training, all right, a great education, great knowledge and all like that, but we also have the opportunity, as Paul said, to be able to have all of us sell the tools to people. And when you become the sales force for iCoinPro, obviously the company is going to compensate for you for that. So let's go over that, my man. I know you and I will go back and forth. We put together a great presentation for people. It is not going to be death by PowerPoint, but we do want you to understand the comp plan is probably one of the best that is out there with a network marketing or a mini level type of setup. And we are excited, as many of you should be. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. Go ahead and get in the Facebook group if you haven't done already. the iCoinPro official Facebook group. And also make sure you get back to the person that shared this link with you, including our little soap opera drama there with Amanda. And make sure you use their link to sign up and get to be part of the team. Understand, we are still in pre-launch. We are only 7 days old. All right? We aren't even in launch yet. That is happening June 21st. So the key is early enrollers, early adopters, all right, first movers, if you will, are going to have the ability to be here. And then when we go to the mass public and all of these marketers and leaders that we have coming in start mailing out and doing their YouTube videos and all like that, all those people are going to be down here.
So
and
much
what do we
good
mean by
stuff.
that? What do we mean by, Rich, getting in, paying for your
I
spot?
want to show them. Let's show
Let's
them.
show them how people are going to be here. Let's go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead and you can share the
Okay.
screen, my man.
So let us take control. Talk to me. Let me know you can see everything that you need to be seeing.
You are good, brother.
Beautiful. Right. Okay. So I will move that over there. Oh, right. The screen looks a little
Wonky.
resolution looks a bit dodgy. Yeah. Right. Okay. So can we all see my screen now? Is that better? Yeah.
Yep, we are awesome. Let's go, my man.
Okay.
Let's
So-
give them some meat.
Right, so here's the deal, guys. iCoinPro pay plan. The compensation plan's been designed to benefit two types of people. Now, there's many different types of comp plans out there. There's many different types of network marketing businesses, and some will cater to the newbie, to the non-recruiter, to the lower level marketer, the ones who struggle and have a pay plan that really helps them along. And that's great. But what about the big hitters? Then you'll have other businesses that have got a pay plan that's really aimed at the big hitters, and it makes sure that they can make fortunes. But what about the newbies and the ones who are not recruiters? And so what iCoinPro have done is they've positioned the pay plan so that it suits the best. It's a best of both worlds plan. Not sure why there's pen all over this presentation. Don't know
That's
where
all
that's
right.
come from.
People are loving it. You know, you let your kids loose and they scribble all over your
Yeah,
your
stand up.
contracts that you're trying to close on a real estate
Absolutely.
deal. Go ahead.
That's why I keep killing my camera and my mic, because my kids keep wandering in. But hey ho. So we've got 5 different income streams.
Now, before we do this, obviously, Rich, we have to do the ubiquitous.
Inevitably,
Yes.
with every time you show money, every time you talk about results, every time there's any opportunity for people to misconstrue what you're saying, you need to use appropriate income disclaimers. So you'll hear these once, twice, 3 times, maybe more throughout this presentation, because we're going to be talking about money a lot. And that's why Paul DeSousa has hopped off, because he is CEO, he is product guy. But ultimately, in pre-launch, I had this conversation with people recently. Someone was saying, why are people only talking about the money with iCoinPro? They should be talking about the product. And I'm not going to disagree with the fact that the product needs to be talked about. I'm a product guy in everything I do. It's important. But if you start a business with nothing but product geeks, people who are just product users, there is no growth. There is no expansion. It needs to be driven by people who are focused on money.
Yeah, the company, again, allows you to be the sales force. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is how a lot of multi-million, billion-dollar businesses are built in this network marketing space.
Not just in this network marketing space.
Yeah.
Offline, I was in the bank today to do a bit of banking, and on the counter in the bank was bring your family and friends, and there's a £200 referral commission, which is split between you and your friends. You know,
absolutely. So let's hit them with our normal disclaimer, if you will.
The disclaimer is as simple as results are not typical, but then neither are you guys. You've gone out of your way to be here. The results are not typical. They boil down to work ethic. They boil down to the system and the strategy that you use. They boil down to the fact that this is driven by you. We don't know how hard your work ethic is. We don't know how much effort you're going to put in. We don't know what people you associate with and how much you'll expose it. This isn't a pyramid scheme. There's no guarantee of funds, no guarantee of earnings, no guarantee of anything other than the fact that the opportunity exists. It's whether you decide to take advantage of it.
Absolutely, Rich. You are all guaranteed an opportunity, especially if you're in early during pre-launch, to be one of those first movers. And the CEO himself said it. Work your business. It's your business. He's providing the tools, the platform, the business itself to allow you to, guess what? Go out there and have people join you to spread the love, if you will. But for that, you will be compensated. Even if you're not a big recruiter, we're going to show you how you can earn without being a big recruiter. Go ahead, Rich.
Absolutely. I mentioned there's 5 different income streams, and some of these you paid weekly. You paid weekly on 2 of the income streams. On the other 3, you're paid at the end of each month. And Powerline Bonus is one of those monthly pay schemes, but this is aimed at the non-marketer. This is the teaser to help bring people to the party. This is almost a reward for being just a member, just a product user, because everyone who joins the business is effectively ranked in joining order in one long line, in a power line. So the first person who joined, the second person who joined, the third person who joined, the 30,000th person who joined, the 30,001, and so on and so on. Incredibly simple. And as a member, as a paying member, so not just a pre-enrollee, because you can pre-enroll for free, as some of you guys will know. As a paying member, you earn 3% of the monthly payment of the 5 levels that join beneath you, the 5 people who join after you. That's not the 5 people who you bring to the party. That's not necessarily the 5 people who your sponsor or upline brings to the party. That's the 5 people who join after you in time-based mode. So if you've joined at 6 o'clock and somebody else has joined at 2 seconds past 6, they're next under you, no matter how they joined the business. So you're going to get 5 levels of payment, 3%. It's not a lot of money. It's token dollars. Consider it a discount on your membership. But every member earns something. That's a beautiful thing, except the bottom 5 members. But there's what? At the minute, what are we doing? An average of 2 to 3 people joining per minute, I think.
We actually are up to about 4 per minute now, which is absolutely amazing. And you can see all that happening in your back office. On the left-hand side, there's a running meter, if you will, of the people and what country they're joining in from, and it's phenomenal to see it. It really is. So the beautiful thing about the Powerline Bonus, as Paul said to all of you, is he wanted to make sure that people at least got something back. Not only a great education and training platform program, but he would, if you came in, give you a 6-month or 12-month discount and the automatic rank ups. We'll talk about rank advancements in a little bit. But he then turned around, after you purchase a 6 and a 12-month at a discount, you're going to also, even if you're not a big recruiter, automatically receive, every single person is guaranteed to receive dollars from the Powerline Bonus.
Exactly.
Again, his business advisors might have had a few words with him.
Yeah, his business advisors sound like ours.
Yeah.
So yeah, Powerline Bonus is great. So essentially what you've got in these 5 streams, I touched on it on a previous webinar that we did. There's 3 streams which are aimed at 3 different types of people, and then there's 2 really sexy streams of income that me and Bigg love, and we'll talk about.
Absolutely. More. So Rich, we're going to make very sure that people understand there is a distinct and clear difference between the Powerline and the Matrix.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because it does cause confusion, and I get that. We want to make it crystal. This is a linear bonus that has nothing to do with the matrix structure. It has nothing to do with mass volume. It is literally 3% on the 5 people who join after you. You don't even need to know who those people are. 3% on the 5 people who join after you. So a handful of dollars. So then we move on to a kind of an intermediate payment. So you've got your Powerline for your people who are non-recruiters, or for your newbies, or for your people who are just product members. Then you've got your fast start bonus. So this is the bonus that's aimed at kind of more your affiliate marketers, your people who are used to, albeit in a leveraged way, exchanging time for money. You do a job, you make a referral, you get paid a commission. And that's what this is. So each time you bring somebody to the party, you refer somebody, whether that you refer them as someone who's going to build a business as an affiliate, or whether you refer somebody who's only here for the product. You know, the kind of guys who ultimately, going forward, the business is going to be aimed at once it's beyond pre-launch. When they join, those people pay their monthly membership in the same way as we all have done, or they pay their annual membership, whatever it might be, and you earn a bonus based on that, depending on what level you are in the business.
Oh, there's that word, rank advancement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So the amount that you will earn depends on the level you are in the business. And as we say, we're going to touch on that. But you earn your fast start bonus on the people you bring to the party, depending on the level you are in the business, the people they bring to the party, and maybe even the people they bring to the party, and potentially the folks that they bring and the folks that they bring.
And these all become rich part of your enroller tree. So keep in mind, we're going to talk about enroller tree in a little bit also.
Mm-hmm. So 3 things you want to bear in mind so far: Powerline, Matrix, enroller tree. None of them are to be confused. We'll make it really, really clear. And the beauty about this being recorded is you're going to be able to come back to it, replay it, make your notes. You know, I didn't say at the start, did I? Make sure you got a pen and paper handy to make notes. It is really important.
They can do it now.
Yeah. So the third of the kind of 3-level bonus structure, payment structure, is infinity fast start overrides. So this is the sexy one for the big team builders. Well, actually, the next one's sexier, but we'll touch on that in a minute. This is for the recruiters, for the folks who are used to building teams, and this only unlocks when you reach the level of Star Elite. So as I say, we're going to touch on rank advancements in a few minutes, but Star Elite and Star Presidential are the top 2 levels in iCoinPro. This is for the big hitters. And what the big hitters get access to is a $2 override on everybody who is beneath them, all the way down to the next person of an equivalent rank in their business.
In their enroller tree. And again, we'll cover enroller tree in a little bit.
Yeah. Now, when they have hit the equivalent person beneath them, so you're a Star Elite member, your enroller tree exists, you're paid $2 on, I don't know, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people going down until you hit another Star Elite member. So you're now opening up your 2nd generation payment. So you're going to earn $1 per member all the way down your enroller tree until you hit the next person of the same level as you. And that unlocks your 3rd generation. And you're going to earn all the way down until you hit the next person. And that's it. You've got the opportunity to earn down all of those generations or to infinity. Because some people will have their own Star Elite status. They might have lots of people beneath them, or a few. Everybody's business size is going to be different. But the people beneath them might not have qualified as Star Elite. And if that's the case, you're going to continue to earn $2 all the way down to everybody on every monthly payment. It can be a really, really exciting page.
And Rich, this is exactly why, as first movers, as people getting in, all right, in this pre-launch, you have a distinct advantage. If you are a team builder, by getting in early, you have a distinct advantage to work toward, okay, that type of fast start override bonus with your enroller tree. And again, we're not even in launch yet, it's pre-launch. And so there are some examples in the back office right there for that. But let's just say, all right, that it all rides, all right, or overrides, if you will, all right, on the initial order of everyone in your enroller tree. So, Rich, why don't we cover enroller tree, because enroller tree links to the rank advancements and all of that, which goes back to why Paul, essentially in the company, gave people the ability to immediately come in at a certain level just by going 6-month or 12-month. Talk about the enroller tree, my man.
Yeah, so your enroller tree is not to be mistaken with your matrix. Your enroller tree is everything that's going on beneath you. That's whether it's created by you, whether it's created by the people you've brought in, or who they've brought in, or who they've brought in. It doesn't matter how deep. It's what's going on beneath you.
So think about it, think about it like a family tree, if you will. You came in, all right, so in my case, I brought Rich in, all right? And Rich brought his people in using his direct link, just like all of you did. Those people are part of my enroller tree, even though I didn't personally enroll them. They are part of my family tree, if you will, right?
But then by comparison, Bigg brought me in, yes. So what I'm doing counts as his enroller tree, but Bigg then brings in, say, Amanda Williams, for example, first name I see on screen. Amanda Williams is part of Bigg's enroller tree, but not part of mine.
That's exactly why I call it a family tree. You see, once you're part of the enroller tree of your upline or their upline, or people are part of you as their upline, you're part of that enroller tree. It's a beautiful thing. And I'll let you continue, Rich, because we said there's a distinct difference between that and the matrix, all right, and the power line.
And I can see questions coming in as well.
Yeah.
So
Boom,
we'll
boom.
cover those. We'll cover those shortly. So matrix, different thing. Enroller tree is everything beneath you. Matrix is everything that falls beneath you, but can fall because of what's going on above you. So the structure of the business is just like the structure of any business. And I'm going to make a shape that's synonymous with bad businesses. It's a pyramid shape, the same as any government, any education structure, any organization. There is ultimately that shape to the business. There has to be. That's just the way it is. And so when you join the business, let's say this is you here, and then when you bring someone else, you attract, you refer someone, they are automatically placed by the system beneath you. And so your structure starts to fill out. Now, you have a structure that's formed in a 2x14 way. It's 14 levels deep. And so what's happening within that structure, we'll use me and Bigg again as an example. So Bigg brought me to the party, and so I'm here. And then I've gone to build my business. But Bigg's not stopped building his business. Bigg's still building, and Bigg's people have to go somewhere. And so ultimately, they fall somewhere beneath me. Just like with you, if you guys are in our organization, somehow...
Rich, I have to stop you, because I'm just basically running down my leg, pissing myself laughing here, because we explain this, and a lot of people are going, yeah, but the enroller tree, I only see people that I enrolled, and there are very few people. And we're getting questioned about whether or not we were right about the enroller tree, all right? And so my man Kelvin, actually is one of those, has said, oh, I just changed my setting. Wow, holy beep. I see all the people now. So this is why we do these trainings for everyone, to show you how powerful this entire comp plan and system is, all right? Because once you start to wrap your head around it,
the chat messages
exactly, all right? Everyone is sitting there. You're only looking at your first level. There are 14 levels. The beauty is you have the ability in the matrix to have over 32,000 people in your matrix. It's a 2x14. Your enroller tree all depends on how hard you want to work, how hard your upline wants to work, how hard your downline wants to work, but you're all part of the same family tree. Do you get that? So a lot of you out there, if you're joining people, the reason I say we all are working together is because we all benefit if we do. And that's why on this call, even though it's training that Rich and I are doing, it's open to everyone. There are no links. We're not trying to promote working with us. We're trying to tell you that because you got in early, and if you haven't got in early, it's not too late. We are only 7 days into this. You're going to benefit. And while you're learning about all the programs and the product and all the training on this side, you have the ability to work with some of the best marketers and leaders out there to teach you things that you would normally be charged thousands and thousands of dollars for. And you sit there and complain because you paid $400 for a 12-month, or you paid a couple of $100 for a 6-month. Do you realize what you've stepped into? And it's not what comes from the rear end of a dog. You've stepped into an opportunity to basically put yourself in the same circles as some of the best marketing minds out there. And all you've got to do is dial in. Paul DeSousa talked about it. That's why, all right, on those weekly corporate calls, we're going to have different leaders every single week sharing golden nuggets and all like that. And all you've got to do is make the decision, are you all in? And with a comp plan like this, the question is, why the hell not?
Absolutely.
Anyway, go ahead, Rich. Sorry, I get off on those little tangents, like my man Paul does.
Well,
because
listen, it was understandable. Paul, you just missed it. I think we've just had a massive light bulb moment. I'll post in the Facebook group about it in a minute. But I think half of the world's just realised they've been looking at the wrong screen in their genealogy.
So you mean people have not been expanding their trees?
No, Paul, they haven't. And we're sitting here, all of us, you included, other leaders going, do you understand how powerful the enroller tree thing is? And people are going, I only see my people. Man, I only see my people. So anyway, go ahead, Rich.
Open that bad boy up.
No spillover. Where's my spillover?
So back to the Matrix, which is spillover land. So it's bad timing for Paul to come back on. But yeah, the Matrix is ultimately that's the shape and the form of your business, where it's a structure where everybody falls into. So the people who you bring in are building out their matrix, so they fall within your matrix structure. The people directly above you and perhaps even further above, their people may fall into your structure. They may not. They may fall into their other people's matrices. I mentioned that I'm up here with Bigg. I'm at the top of Bigg's tree, but so is someone else. And so when Bigg does bring somebody in, there's a 50-50 chance on whether that guy is going to fall into my matrix or somebody else's. And the further down the matrix you go, the more that chance dwindles. But it doesn't matter as long as everybody's working. It's when everybody's sat on their ass saying, where's my spillover? I can't do the funny voice like,
where's my spillover? Yeah, well, absolutely. I think that's classic.
Essentially, what you've got, guys, is an opportunity based on your ranking. And again, we're going to touch on ranks in just a minute. If you're an unranked member, so you haven't qualified in the ranking structure, so you're just a paid up member, even though all you've done is you've bought your membership at $40 per month, you still can earn up to 10 levels deep. Now, that's obviously on level 1, there'll be 2 people. On level 2, there'll be 4 people, and so on, and so on, and so on, as it fills out. And I stress that point because we've been hit with questions along the lines of, why isn't my matrix full? Your matrix will fill out when there are people there to fill it out. These things we don't just magically bring people out of nowhere. They've got to be brought to the party.
Rich, you mean we don't pull rainbows out of unicorn butts? Yes, it is a business. You have to help build it.
Absolutely. So you can earn 10 levels deep, which is a lot of people potentially, and that's without you referring anybody. Can, potential, important words, income disclaimer applies, results not typical, all of that sexy stuff. The opportunity is there to earn up to $2,000 per month without referring a single person. Up to. And once you start to rank, so you're 2-star ranked or you're 3-star ranked, it opens up additional levels. How important is that? Let me put it into context. I have more people in my level 11, 12, 13, and 14 than I do in the entire first 10 levels, because the breadth of your business as you start to grow is far more significant. So is it important to get to 3-star? Hell yes. If you've got to buy your way there by upgrading to the annual, do it. While Paul's doing this crazy offer of allowing the upgraded purchase of an annual membership, not just to give you a discount for being an annual member, but to unlock the 3-star ranks. If I was his business advisor, I'd be telling him not to do it. You know what I mean? Come on.
All of you watching this, you don't understand how powerful this is. The man has given you the keys, all right, to be able to unlock a head start. Yeah, a head start that basically positions you to take full advantage of the matrix while we're in pre-launch, while all these big hitters are coming in. So even if you're not a big hitter, if you're surrounded by big hitters, hopefully that rubs off in the excitement. And all you got to do is continue to share the story. All right. Yeah. As he said, sell the tools. All right. So go ahead, Rich. It's exciting stuff.
Absolutely. So the matching bonus, I love the matching bonus. We love the matching bonus. It's a great opportunity to really enhance what you're doing. Excuse me, I should have brought some water with me with this bloody cough.
Here, you want some of mine?
Yeah, thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
It helps. It really does.
It looks like it tastes real good. So your matching bonus is based on what is happening within your members' matrices. So what your members are earning on their matrix, you can match that. So if you're personally enrolling people who are seeing good volume matrix earnings based on your ranking, so again, unranked, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, etc., you can match their earnings. So there's a great example in your back office just here. Excuse me. So if you've got people who are earning, well, forget the example for a second. Let's just use the numbers that were on the previous page. So you've got somebody who you've personally enrolled, and they are earning. They're not a big hitter. They're not a recruiter, but they have.
And when we say big hitter, these are people that work this business like a business.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got somebody who is earning $2,000 a month on the matrix. You potentially, depending on your own ranking, can earn anything from 10% of that, so $200 per month, to 60% of that. So over $1,000 a month, just based on that one single non-recruiting member. Now, if you've got people who are recruiters, who are big hitters, and who have filled the matrix, and filling the matrix doesn't come fast or easy, but if you've got people who are doing these sort of numbers and you are personally enrolling them, and you are matching their bonuses to these equivalent figures, wow. Wow.
That just catches in your throat, doesn't it, Rich?
Oh, man, it really does. It really, really does. There's some massive opportunity, guys, just with these 2 last income streams. Forgetting the first 3 that we spoke about. A lot of opportunity. Now, the rankings we want to touch on so that you guys know how to get yourself in a position where you're not earning 10% on the people who you've personally enrolled, but you're earning significantly more. You know, so you get to presidential status, and that's just ridiculous. The money that this business is prepared to hand out in additional commissions, it's enough to send Bigg's dogs crazy. So the ranking system is based on work ethic. It is based on activity. It's based on having the right business building strategy in place. And to rank as a 1-star member, what you need to do is have 3 personally enrolled members. So you've got 3 people who are paying their monthly subscription in the previous month. They'll be based in 2 legs, which the system will organize for you anyway. That's set up in a systemized way for you. And that's it. Really, really simple. So unranked, you're just a paying member. 1-star ranked, you've brought 3 people to the party. 2-star ranked, you've got your 3 people who you've brought to the party, but you've got a total of 20 active members in your enroller tree. So remembering what we spoke about in relation to your enroller tree, that's not 20 people who you've brought in. That's 20 people who've been brought in beneath you. That may be a combination of you, your friend, their friend, and so on and so on. It doesn't matter. It's what's happened beneath. It's not what's come from above. That's matrix. Your enroller tree is what's happening beneath. 20 people, and at least 40% of the, a maximum of 40% of the volume can come from your strongest leg. So if you're one of these people who's got, excuse me, a massive power legger, you brought in an absolute rock star and they've gone crazy. And so you've got all of your people there, but you've got nothing going on the other side. Then it's not necessarily going to work as strongly. You need to go to work then. You can't just be solely reliant on big hitters in your team. You need a balanced business. Sorry, guys.
Rich, all this money talk has you choked up, man.
Killing me.
It's very emotional for you, isn't it?
Oh, the emotional bits were when Paul was talking earlier on. That stuff gets me, man. It really does.
We're going to bring him back here in a few minutes and finish up and have some questions. And remember, all right, that if you're watching this live, you get the opportunity after, when we stop the record button, to ask a ton of questions. Don't worry, we're going to get to those. If you're watching it on replay, guess what? Make sure you get on the next training call and you'll get the chance to ask questions live also. But what we want to do is get more into this, finish this up, because this stuff is powerful. But it doesn't matter if the material and the program and all like that isn't powerful itself, and it is. It is. And that's why we're telling you to learn that side of it as well as this side of it.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I've missed, and I know we touched on it earlier on, I mentioned it a little earlier, Paul is doing this crazy thing. So you can be a 2-star member by buying a 6-month membership. I say can, what I mean is should. If you've got the opportunity to do that, do it. Get yourself ranked up, because if you're not doing that, all that stresses to me is that you don't understand the power of this plan or the value in the product. You need to be at least a 2-star member. It's incredibly easy to do that. 3-star, the whole star ranking thing, it works. It's just the same all the way through. It's just additional numbers. It's a very straightforward plan. This business has been made so simple by these guys. So 3-star, you need your 3 people, 2 separate legs, taken care of by the system. You need a minimum of 100 people in your enroller tree. Again, that's not what's coming down from above. That's what's being built from below, including you. Your work ethic applies. Again, there's the 40% maximum volume cap in your strongest leg, and you can shortcut, ignoring everything I've just said, by purchasing a 12-month subscription. Buying it at discount, so you're getting it cheaper in a one-off hit, and that's it. You're in. You're qualified for 12 months. If you're already a monthly member and you're partway into a month, buy the 12-month membership anyway. Paul will honour the rest of the month that you're in and give you the full 12 months thereafter. So there's no downside to buying the 6 or the 12th month membership. Fabulous. Love it. Star Elite. Now we're talking about the big boy. And this is where you've got to put your big pants on. So say you look at members built beneath you. My internet connection is unstable. Can you still see me, dude?
You're good. You're back. Go ahead, my man.
Excuse me. So yeah, Star Elite rank is same plan. 3 people, 2 legs, total enroller tree of 500 members. The maximum volume cap applies again, 40%, but it's exactly the same way and no different for presidential. All you're doing is you're taking what you already know and upscaling it. Better still, you're helping the people who you've helped to get started to duplicate what it is that you're doing by engaging in things like this. You know, bringing people to training so that they can see the same thing. And then what do? They bring their people to training so that they can see the same thing. Growing a 5,000 people business is just as easy as growing a 1,000 people business or a 100 people business. In fact, I'd go as far as saying the first 10 people are probably the toughest, dude. Wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely agree. And the dogs are going crazy because my
I can't hear him, dude. You're all right.
No, because my landscaper guys decide to show up on a Friday evening when they should always show up on the weekend, but who cares? So I would absolutely agree. You know, getting started is the hardest thing. But once you get into a rhythm, exactly, those first 10 people. But as we said, if you're not a big recruiter, you're in the right place at the right time because there are going to be plenty of resources. In fact, one of the things that we're going to talk to Paul, if he's still around, is about the marketing and such that's going to be offered by corporate for those people just starting out who may want to use that as far as getting the word out there. So we thank you for that, Rich. I mean, again, the comp plan is so thorough, but it's actually very simple once you start to wrap your head around it. The key that you're going to want to do is when you join, all right, even in pre-enrollment, you can go in and look at the entire comp plan. There's nothing hidden. We say that iCoinPro as a company, iCoinPro, the comp plan, iCoinPro, what it offers is completely transparent. And maybe that's why it's so hard for people to understand. This is all about educating people. Okay, it's all about training on cryptocurrency, and you've been given the opportunity to also learn but earn from it on the backside as you introduce it to other people. So what we're going to do is, Paul, are you around, my man? I know we have you for a few minutes. I want to get a couple of questions from people out there in the audience before we stop the record button, and then we're going to stick around, and possibly Paul's going to stick around for the non-recorded version to answer a lot more questions. But I will tell you, we will cut it off at 30 minutes because we want to be very, very cognizant of the fact that, again, this is the CEO, Paul DeSousa of iCoinPro, and we don't have him forever. We don't have him as long as Rich's cough there. That's going to stick around much longer than Paul can. So, Paul, my man, could you come out, maybe unmute yourself? I know I muted you there if you're still around. Did we lose him?
I think we lost him.
I knew that was going to be close. He said he had to get off. All right. No problem. Let's do this then. Why don't we, if you have a question, we're going to take 3 questions live on the air as part of the recording. Then we're going to hit the stop record button. We're going to make a hard call to action before we do that to all the people watching. I will say it again. If you're watching this on live, we appreciate your being here. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you get back to the person that shared this link and replay with you. You want to work with them. We explain the whole matrix. We explain the whole power line, all of that. That's why you want to work directly with them. In addition to that, if you still have questions, go ahead. All right, go to iCoinPro.com. There's some information there, as well as getting back to that person. They can answer a lot of questions for you. If not, their upline certainly can. And last but not least, even if you're not a member fully and you want to see what's going on, get into the Facebook group, the iCoinPro official Facebook group. So, Rich, my man, let's do this. If you have a question...
We've got 2 with hands up already.
Awesome.
I love that. It's efficient, effective, straight in. We've got right now. We're getting a bit silly. So.
Now we're getting a bit silly.
we'll cover them. We'll cover a lot of those when we're off record.
So let's do this. Let's take 2 questions. Yep.
Away.
We're going to let the person come out. 2 questions, and then we promise we'll answer every single question because we want to try to keep this to the 90 minutes, and we are right there. So let's do 2 questions live on air. Let's close it down, but stick around afterward because we will answer every single question that everyone has. So let's do this, Rich.
Stephanie. Stephanie had her hand up first. So did Sandra, but it looks like Sandra's bottled it while we're on air. I'm guessing Sandra might do it later. So Stephanie, if we unmute you, can you come out and ask your question?
She can actually. Stephanie, you can unmute yourself and just come on out.
Or not.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. We can hear you great.
Okay, excellent. Hello to everybody, first of all. I thought for people like me
Stephanie, hang on one second. Why don't you introduce yourself, where you're calling in from, and let people know when you got started with iCoinPro.
Good question.
Yep.
I've been invited from Debbie
Awesome.
about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
And
Fabulous.
so I thought you never lose listening or learning. And
I love that attitude. Oh no, you've hit mute, Stephanie. You've gone back on mute. Yeah, you weren't on mute then.
Now, it's a good thing there's a delay because I think that was actually clipped, but she basically said she loves all of you. Go ahead, Stephanie.
true, absolutely true. Well, I'm calling from Austria, Vienna. Just coming back, really. I lived 1 year in Spain and previously 9 months in Costa Rica. That was a hell of an experience. So I am pretty much dead broke and really, really work hard now to get back into a different status.
Awesome.
So that's how I can do, and I'm grateful for Debbie for having told me about the opportunity. Otherwise, I'm a silk painter. I work home-based office now in sales again, and yeah, I'm curious to find out. I learned about Bitcoins basically in Spain, so I'm how can I say, familiar with cryptocurrencies since about a year.
Okay.
Learned a lot about it, but up to now, I've only lost money, and I need to change that rapidly because I joined a few schemes which just haven't worked out, and I lost money.
We
would agree with you. Yeah.
Hopefully.
So I know this is a hot potato, but I'm still. I also know this is real, this is serious, and this is the future for sure. So I'm totally hooked, basically.
Awesome. That was an excellent question, even though you didn't ask one. Go ahead, ask a question though.
Okay,
we appreciate all the kudos.
So people like me,
okay.
Who have very little money, every dollar is precious. What do I need to do to break even? Let's say I find the $40 join. How many people do I need to bring in to break even? I'm not even talking about big gains. Breaking even is the
Absolutely.
point.
Stephanie, great question. First of all, let me have a misnomer here. It's actually a $40 admin fee, one time only, and then it's $40 subscription each month. So let's say you pay the admin fee. Let's say you pay your month. The question, Rich, is what would Stephanie have to do to break even? Well, we're going to answer that two different ways. We're going to answer it based on the power line. Okay, remember, the power line is different from the matrix, which is different from your enroller tree. So based on the power line, I'll take the first part. Let's say that you came in and you paid your $40 admin fee, you paid your $40 a month. How long would it take you to break even? Well, you're guaranteed to make $6 a month off the power line only without recruiting anyone. That's guaranteed from the CEO, from the company. So 6 times what, Stephanie? Let's do some math on air here. All right. How long would it take you to make $40? But you wouldn't break even because you have to be an active member, all right, every single month to be part of the power line. So again, the power line is just to allow people basically to see that they're seeing some earnings back, because the idea is that once you get into this product and program, you're going to want to share it with others. So let's now move on to the other side that you're excited about. You see the value in it. You want to share it. The power line is just, Rich is going to talk about the biscuits. The power line really is just the gravy. If you get it, it's nice to have it, but it's just extra. All right.
Yeah.
But if you really want to,
it's just a little tickle.
Exactly. If you really, then let Rich basically answer your question on how you break even.
Yeah, I assume when you're asking this question, you're asking about how do I break even by working the pay plan, by working the compensation plan. You don't, because the perfect way to answer the question would be by following the training and by earning money in the cryptocurrency space, following the trading strategies and the things that Paul and the advisors are going to be teaching. But am I right in assuming you mean from the pay plan? Yeah. Okay. So to break even from the pay plan, you're going to need to make $34 per month, because you're going to be getting 6 from the power line, like Bigg says. So just, you can earn that just from bringing people, just from referring. As an unranked,
Yes, how many people?
As an unranked member, you earn $10 every time you bring somebody in.
So
As
basically 4 people and it's done.
4 people and it's done. But by bringing in 4 people, you're then a 1-star member. So now everybody you bring in earns you $15, and everybody they bring in earns you 5.
People.
Say again, sorry?
These people need to be active people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a business. There's no money made unless money's changing hands. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the only guaranteed money that you're going to get back is the power line. That's why we talk about it separate, which gives you opportunity, as Rich said. There's 2 ways you can look at it. One, get yourself educated. Knowledge is power in the crypto space. And the other is that you share the story with other people to get them active. And once you do, all types of fascinating compensation opens up for you on that side. But great question, Stephanie. So why we say this is either pay yourself into the ranking or go out and get those active 3 people. When you do, you're pretty much covered. Does that help answer your question, Stephanie?
Answers fully. Thank you.
Awesome, Stephanie. Great question, by the way. So we're going to have you mute. And Rich, I believe we have time for one more, and we promise stick around. We'll answer all the questions, but we're just not going to do it on air because we want to hit the stop record button.
Yeah.
Who's next,
I just want to very quickly elaborate a little bit on what Stephanie said, though, just for a second, because what Stephanie flagged for people was 4 people generates you your fast start bonus, but it also unlocks your next promotion. So next time you bring in 4 people, it's bringing in almost double what it did first time round. So you're doing far more than you think you're doing by doing just enough. Yeah. So yeah, next question.
Say that again, Rich. That's a great quote. Say that again.
You're doing far more than you think you're doing when you're just doing enough.
So work on getting your 3 people is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rich.
Consistently. So we've had Stephanie. Next one up, I've got Karen. Karen. Not sure which Karen it is, but if you want to unmute yourself and come on out to ask your question. You can imagine people frantically looking for the mute button, can't you? It looks like Karen's struggling finding it. So if the next question can race to the mute button, we'll have Alan B. Millard instead.
Hey, Rich. Hey, everybody.
How you doing? You all right?
I'm doing awesome.
Good.
Great presentation, Paul. Thank you for putting this system together. And I want to thank my sponsor for bringing me in, Bart. So thanks for sharing that with me. And Paul, I think you touched on the question that I had. I haven't upgraded. I paid with Bitcoin, and I wanted to upgrade to Bitcoin, but it's asking for a credit card. And I think there's probably other people on this call that are looking to upgrade also with Bitcoin potentially.
All right, give us just like maybe a couple of days. What we're going to try and allow to do, I did mention it earlier, what we're going to try and do is allow people to fund their wallets using Bitcoin, and then you can upgrade with the money that's in your wallet, in your back office. So if you go to where it says My Earnings, currently it says something about iPayout. We're not going to be using iPayout. You can simply just ignore that. It's going to be removed. But that is where your wallet is, your credit wallet. And what we're going to be doing is trying to find a way to allow people to pay some Bitcoin. It will go in there, like the dollar value, and then you can use that dollar value to upgrade.
Okay. So that's not available at this point. It will be in a couple of days then.
In a couple of days.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Pleasure.
Fantastic question. So what we're going to do is, now that we have our CEO back, we're going to, in the recorded version part of this, and we're going to open it up to numerous questions, which I know now people have perked up, because you're going to hear not only from Rich and myself, but also from the CEO, Paul DeSousa himself. So we're going to make one last hard call to action for all of you that are watching this on replay. And that is, get back to the person that introduced this to you, that's sharing the link with you. Get involved in iCoinPro, even if it's at a pre-enrollee at first. Get into the Facebook group, dive in, and understand this is real. This is happening with or without you. It's certainly happening without you. So the question is, why wouldn't you at least take that free tour? Take that free tour, start to understand how amazing this opportunity is, how absolutely outstanding it is to be one of those first movers during pre-launch. The ability to, you know, be there before the masses get control of this thing, and all of us benefit. So once again, this has been Bigg, Lloyd Dotson. Everyone calls me Bigg. My man, Rich the KC Green, as well as our mystery guest, Paul DeSousa, the CEO of iCoinPro. And we are going to hit the stop record button. Please catch us live on the next training, strategy, and overview webinar. When we do it, you'll see those types of announcements in the Facebook group. Take care, everyone. Rich, hit them with that last hard call to action and a little bit of that English wisdom.
Switch over onto Brady Bunch so we can all bid farewell. Appreciate you being here, guys. Stay on the line live, but do give everybody a wave. Sayonara to all those who are watching. And
if you look, you see all these people. They were here live. Guess what? Next time you should be also, because they're about to get all their questions answered in person by the CEO, Paul DeSousa. We'll catch you next time. Take care.
Do not stop recording. Do not stop recording. Do not stop recording. Do not stop recording. Do not stop recording.
Wow.
One thing that I want to tell you.
Okay, this is interesting.
Right. The one question a lot of people have been asking me is when are they going to see a little bit of money? Right. Here is what's going to be happening. So next week, right, on the Wednesday, your earnings are going to be updated in your back office. Folks, you're not going to have $1 million in your back office. I'm telling you now, because what is going to be going in there will be the Powerline bonus from May, okay, and then the weekly bonus now, or the weekly payouts. Now, there's a couple of payments that happen weekly, and then there's a couple that happen monthly. The June monthly payment will be paid on the 7th of July. And that's it.
And that makes sense because we're only 7 days in. The cutoff was the 31st, so you only have a week. It makes all the sense in the world. And again, look at the pay plan and you'll understand it has to fall that way because it's basically monthly arrears. You either get paid weekly or you get paid monthly, depending on what type of pay or bonus it is. So thank you for that, Paul, and stick around. Again, we thank you all for joining us on this call. Catch us next time. We appreciate it. We're going to hit the stop record button. As I say, all of these people, all right, are taking action, and the question becomes whether you're going to do the same thing. We appreciate each and every one of you for spending time with us. We will catch you on the next time. It's your boy Bigg, my man Rich the KC Green, our esteemed guest, mystery no longer, Paul DeSousa, the CEO of iCoinPro. Thank you, and we'll see you next time, everyone.